Bluebird, the path of the human spirit and the questions it raises. Feeling it, the only cure for the pain. Our society has gotten so used to being treated for pain with medications, painkillers, and distractions that we have gotten terrible at feeling our pain or even noticing it. The heartache is no exception. There is so much pain in our hearts. This metaphysical pain sometimes gets physically manifested in spinal pains or heart diseases, and is certainly one of the reasons behind the current mental health epidemic. We refuse to notice our pain, and there is no way to treat it. This secret, unfelt pain we carry inside can then distort our lives into something they are not meant to be, and can make us deeply, incurably unhappy and quite confused. Feelings are the way. Emotions are feelings, just distorted. They can highlight things we don't want to see. Most of our distortions are resistance to something we consider bad or weak. This resistance is at the core of the issue. Let's look into it. Bad. Quote unquote bad is something in us that we decide to hide because it's unworthy or shameful, as in some way it would make us not accepted or unloved. It is one of our deepest fears, since being accepted by a tribe or a caregiver as a baby means survival. This is why when our mothers told us to be quiet, we behaved and locked that other loud, non wanted kid deep inside, never to let him or her show. This created a rejected part inside of us. We then spend a lifetime trying to disguise it. We even build new personas to hide that bad part, which takes a lot of energy from us. However, that bad, unwanted child is still there despite all our efforts. Ultimately, it results in pain. We don't even know why we feel this pain, while this little girl or boy can't be exposed, making this grown man or woman all sad and lonely. It is a simplified example of how parts of us get rejected. We forget about them on a conscious level. However, our feelings keep reminding us through mild or major emotional breakdowns or mental health issues, and no amount of painkillers and distractions seem to help. There is a lot about it in the Completion Process book by Teal Swan. Weak. If bad was about rejection, weak represents a basic fear of pain and vulnerability. We consider a part of us weak. We build walls and create various tools to protect it from a potential attack. Unfitting is one of those tools. The classic example is a kid rejected by a sweetheart in high school who decides to never love again. Why? To love would mean being exposed to the pain and suffering. This results in that kid trying to have and show as few emotions as possible, not to expose that weakness of being able to feel. As a coping mechanism, he or she will start having very few feelings and making safe relationship decisions in the future, and will be surprised at how boring and unfulfilling their life will seem. Also, by not feeling, they would have lost a connection with their soul, their true essence, seeing that essence can only express itself through feelings. Cutting those off is a very sad and lonely way to be. Also, it is quite a common way to feel fairly lost in life. I know because I tried it. There is nothing wrong with emotions. Emotions are our truths. They are our best route into our unconscious. They are a faithful guide indicating where we've been lying to ourselves, where our boundaries have been crossed, or if there is a danger. I won't be the first or the last person preaching it. Unless and until we let ourselves feel our feelings, we cannot have a full life. Try this exercise whenever you're experiencing a strong emotion. the flower of emotion. Instead of suppressing it, follow it in depth, no matter how uncomfortable. Imagine the emotion being a bright and colorful flower head. Anger, sadness, excitement, whatever it is. The tender stem of this flower is a feeling. Fear, love, pain, any of it. What feeling is behind your emotion? Can you name it? Fully let yourself feel it, even if it's not very clear. Follow the stem down to the root. What is the root like? It can be a traumatic experience, a vow that we've given, like I'll never love again, a conclusion we came to as a child, like I'm only loved when I'm funny, or any other lasting result of an event in the past. This root cause is something we can knowingly rewrite and change. As grown-ups, we have the power to make different decisions. Even if we don't remember the exact situation where the pain appeared, we can still get to the root by feeling and following our body's cues. Tension, pain, numbness. The emotion will eventually lead us to a deeper layer. Let yourself feel. Feel deeply and feel everything. You will learn so much about yourself if you diligently follow your emotions. You will unchain the energy locked up to protect this pain within, which can be unleashed and poured into something positive you want to create. Heal. As crazy as it sounds, many of us choose to live in a robotic, half-awakened state of non-feeling because we are so terrified of pain. Pain, however, is never as deep as the fear of it. It can be let go of when it can be felt, but only if we go there. The pain is never as bad as trying to hide it. Letting yourself feel your pain, discomfort, and truth is uncomfortable, but leads to liberation. Knowing yourself better, with all your imperfect hidden parts, leads to a more authentic, fulfilled, and happy life. It won't happen immediately, but even a small shift towards feeling your feelings will make a major impact in your life. Remember when I said spirituality is an experience rather than a belief? Learning to feel is a very good start. Let's learn to be human